Hey guys, what's up? Gosh, I haven't done one of these in quite a while. It's been a few months. I don't have coffee with me because I just didn't make coffee today. um, Dang. This one's not gonna be that long. The other ones are pretty long, but this one's not gonna be that long. I might not even really edit this. I just wanted to make a video saying how, kind of just speaking to myself, but then putting it out there just in case this ends up happening, and it'll be a reference point for me to be able to come back and say, look at whenever I had 10 subscribers or whatever. But I don't think this will go anywhere, but if it does, then this will be a good video to rely upon for reference. Right now I'm doing in school, good in school, getting A's and doing what I gotta do to get by in school. I still don't have a job, which is now mostly my fault, mostly because I just haven't been able to not be lazy and get off my butt. And because there's a job opportunity. Like, if I didn't have this job opportunity, then obviously it would be about 50-50 again. But right now I'm sitting upon a pretty good opportunity, and I haven't really done anything for it. Yeah. So right now I am in a situation where I'm making good grades and I can go to college, but I don't want to. And like I've said before, I really want to do trade. Well, right now I have a job set up for me where I live, originally in Texas. A good job. It's a lineman for the county's electrical company, and it would make good money, and I can get my certification in under a year, and yada yada yada, set up and whatnot. But the more I think about it, the less. I want to do it because obviously it's a good spot to be in, to have that opportunity, and if I got that job, it would pay a lot of money. But I'm like currently now analyzing the situation I'm in, and like where my mindset is at and where I want it to be, and what I want to do with my life, and looking at how that fits into being a lineman, and possibly the next 5 years of my life being spent doing said career. And I just can't get over the fact that it doesn't help me do what I want to be doing at all. Which at this point is kind of just me it's me kind of whining, I guess, about like, oh, it's not going to be the ideal situation, which, is always good to strive for, but if you don't get it, there's no point in complaining. But right now I'm not at that point, so I think there's a little bit of justification because I'm not yet at the point where I've started anything, so it's not too late to change it. The only thing is that if I change it, then there's a new question that I haven't really been looking into, because I've been kind of putting my personal desires and wants for my ideal life aside, so that I can make sure I have a good, stable foundation. which I mean isn't a bad idea. I mean, I'm probably gonna end up making this video and deciding to not do anything anyway. But like I said, there's this big dilemma of I have no idea how I would do what I want to do, because some of it's going to be information that I'm going to need to acquire along the journey, and some of it is going to have to be pre-knowledge that I know before I decide to do. But I don't know how to find some of this knowledge out, or exactly what to do about how to do these things. Whatever it is, I know I want to be able to live a spiritual life. I'm a Christian, and I don't really know exactly the specifics about, because there's so many different ways of being a Christian, denominations and specific interpretations and whatnot, that it's kind of like wish-washy as to how exactly to go about it. I've been watching a lot of apologetics and evangelical videos lately, and unsurprisingly, I still haven't really read that much of the Bible, which I should probably get to, because it's something that I think I can just substitute with watching YouTube videos and learning more about it, but all it's giving me is a history of like how the knowledge became, and defending that knowledge. But it's kind of hard to connect that with the Bible if you've never really read the source of what they're talking about, so I need to start doing that. But anyway, I'm wanting to get to where I know enough that whenever I'm doing this thing, which is I want to travel, I want to be a traveler, that necessarily wouldn't be my main objective. I wouldn't start a ministry or anything, but I would be traveling and have the knowledge to whoever's providing me. If we get to talking, then I'd be able to answer questions and inform them and just let them decide on their own. But like if they say, well, what about this, about that, and then I'll be able to say, like, this is why that happened, or this is what justifies that, or this is what is the meaning of this, or whatever question they would ask, or someone's in a place where they're wanting to debate, I could also debate, like stuff like that, to where I'm knowledgeable enough to where I'm not just spitting out of my mouth random facts that are talking points and have no argumentative value. So and then also I want to know natural remedies, because I don't like pharmacies. I don't like using overly chemical shampoo, because I have really bad dandruff, because my scalp is a little sensitive to the chemicals now that I've dyed it so much. And so that, and then all these processed foods and everything, I'd rather, and that's mainly because I live in America. I'm assuming other places might be a little bit easier to get those kind of non-processed foods, or maybe you have a little bit more nature per se around you, or free market system with those tents with all the fruit and stuff that's fresh, arguably, but mostly fresh, I think. Anyway, I want to find out natural remedies and stuff that I can make, so that I'm not living off of things that I don't know what's inside of it. Like water has tons of fluoride in it, and other kinds of chemicals that aren't necessarily, they might be found in nature, but they're not natural to that water. They're kind of implemented in there because that's what we're supposed to need. But it could also do harm depending on, the specific person. And so I'd rather like know where I'm getting my water from, where like I just want to live a more natural life. And then like just do that, and then YouTube, or have some kind of freelance business that's where I want to be. And that's why it's so hard to see how linemen would be able to fit into that category of I want to do all these things, but lineman is kind of the opposite of that. It's kind of like, well, you're going to work for a company that's government run. This company's going to give you money, and from there I could, but I'm kind of already tied into the system of this is how you work. And I don't know how many hours it is. That's another thing, is with that job I don't know how much free time I'm gonna be able to have. So one thing that I want to do is meal prep and have proper workout, go to a gym. But and like I said, I don't know, so it could be a reasonable amount of off time. But if I have like 2 hours in the day, I don't want to, where I'm actually gonna be able to do stuff, like, because I'll have to run my own errands, and I'll have to make sure I'm going to the grocery and get groceries, and other things that might take up more time. If I don't have enough time to get a gym membership, then there's no point in like having one. And I have to make sure I have enough sleep to where I can wake up and be at work at like 6 in the morning, like typical Drake jobs typically do. so yeah, there's really no conclusion to this video. I just wanted to put that out there. So hopefully in the future I'll be more spiritually knowledgeable. I'll be able to travel, whether inside America or outside of America. Hopefully one day outside of America, so that I can, get more to a more. I want to be exposed to different cultures and exposed to different ways of life, so that I can really kind of take in information and be like, this is what life is. And taking all that information, how am I going to form my life based off of, because I like to help other people. Right now, not really. I kind of have a really hardened heart right now, kind of a coldish tone to other people, but typically in my natural sense, where I'm not kind of going through mental issues and kind of isolated by myself, I'm typically a pretty loving person, I would say. Aside from, I used to have anger issues and other deals. So aside from that, I would have been a loving person outside of the time that was affecting me at that moment. So, be able to form my life in a way that can help others and give me the life that I'm desiring, and being able to, fulfill what God has for my life at the same time, if that's able to happen. And that would be great. And if YouTube continues and I keep doing this, then that would be great. And I'd be able to use this video to say, like, look, back then I had a timid voice. I didn't have any subscribers. It's kind of weak in my stance of mental strength and expressing myself and building. I don't have like a strong self, so like I don't really know who I am. I don't know what music I like, stuff like that. And so I'll be able to look back at this and show you guys, like, oh yeah, all this has changed, and this is why, and this is how I did it, and stuff like that. So So that'll be cool if it continues. If not, then this is just another video. But hope for the best. So I'll see you guys later. Have a good day. Have a good week. God bless.